This video has been developed to help you learn how to correctly complete a Formblatt 1. This is basically the test entry form for all JGHV tests. Since it's February, I think it's most appropriate if we talk about how to sign up your dog for a VJP using the Formblatt 1. So first off, you'll select the VJP as the test that you are attempting to enter. First, it's going to ask you which club is sponsoring the VJP that you plan to enter. Here you'll type in the name of the club who's sponsoring the test. It could be VDD GNA test, it could be NAJGV, it could be a DLGNA test or a KLM test. For the purposes of this form, I'm going to submit this for my dog, and she's going to be running in a VDD GNA test, Deutsch Langhaar Club test. So I'll have to write in the club number, which is 2135 for the Langhaar Club. Next, it asks for the location of the test, and here they are asking for the name of the town, the state, and then USA. And you'll be able to get this information from the website or your breeder or whoever told you about the test. It's simply the location that was posted for that individual test. Next, we need to know the dates of the test. This particular one is April 18th and 19th, but we need to be aware that we are typing it in the European fashion. So we write the days first. It's the 18th and 19th of April, 2020. Be sure to write the entire testing weekend because you don't know which day you'll be testing it when you sign up. So even though she might only be running on Saturday or she might only be running on Sunday, go ahead and write both days. It asks for the name of the handler, and I'm planning to run my dog in this test. And then it asks for the handler's zip code and the city in which the handler lives. Just the city. You don't need to write state or country there. Alright, now it's going to ask for the name of the dog. And I should tell you that before you complete the rest of the form, it would be handy if you had your dog's ahnentafel, that 4-page green pedigree, available to reference. You will also need a copy of your current hunting license. So here we get to where it asks for the name of the dog. It wants the official registered name of the dog, not the call name. So you'll reference your ahnentafel for the dog, and the name is right here in this box. So her registered name is Maisie vom Koreschatten. So we'll type that in. Next, it asks for her date of birth. And it needs to be written in the European fashion as well. You can find the date of birth here where it says Wurf datum, whelp date. She was whelped on the 10th day of June 2019. So we will write 10th day of June 2019. Is she a male or female? She's a female. Next, it asks for your dog's microchip number. This you can find on the first page of your dog's ahnentafel with this white barcode sticker on the chip number line. So you'll need to copy this entire number. So 276093 402 419 379. Next, it asks what breed your dog is. All of you should be writing in Deutsch Langhaar. And finally, it will ask for their ZB or their Zuchtbuch number. This is the number that she's registered with the breed book in the Deutsch Langhaar Verband. So we can find that here. Zuchtbuch number is 37919. You might also have noticed that the last 5 digits of their chip number are always their ZB number inverted, so it's 379 of 19. It's listed there. Anyways, next it asks for the dog's stud book number. A dog can only acquire such a number after they pass a VGP. It's basically their hunting license number in Germany. Since we're signing up these young dogs for VJPs, they will not have a dog stud book number because none of them will have passed a VGP before running a VJP, or at least it's extremely rare. Next, we ask for the mother of the dog. So for here, you'll want to look back to your ahnentafel, go to the second page. This is where it lists the parents. And on our ahnentafels, the male dog is always listed on top and the female on the bottom. So her father is Livis von Beibach, and her mother is Ivanka vom Koreschatten. So we can go ahead and write in Ivanka von Koreschatten. It asks for her stud book number, or rather her Zook book number, which is this 48515. She was the 485th dog registered with the Deutsch Langhaar Verband in 2015. It asks for her dog stud book number, and we can see here there's none listed. If they do have a dog stud book number, it will be listed adjacent to their ZB number. So for instance, Grandpa Chumley has his ZB number is 35614. His dog stud book number is 68591. They only receive this after they pass a VJP, so you can see too that he's marked as having passed a VJP with the 297 prize one, whereas Mom did not pass the VJP. So we can leave that blank for her. Next, the Formblatt one is going to ask for the name of the sire of the dog. So Maisie's dad is Levis von Weibach. We need to know his ZB number is 31716, and we see next to him there's also no dog stud book number listed, and we don't see any passing VJP score here. But I will add that we do know that Levis passed a VJP this last fall. It just takes several months for that number to be assigned. So if you know that one of your dog's parents has passed a VJP just this last fall and has yet to receive their individual dog stud book number, you can type in 5 zeros. And that just signifies that he has in fact passed a VJP and has a dog stud book number pending. It's not absolutely necessary, but since we know that to be the case, I thought I would explain that here. Next, it asks for the color of your dog. If you don't know your dog's official registered color, you can easily find that back on page 1 of your dog's ahnentafel. Under your dog's name, you can see here where it says Farbe. That translates to color. So we can see Maisie's color is braun with weißer Brustfleck, which basically translates to brown with a white chest patch. But what might be difficult is typing in this funny looking B letter. Actually, if we're going to type that on an English keyboard, it needs to be typed with 2 S's. Do not try to type in a B. So here's how we're going to write it on the form for all of you that have braun with weißer Brustfleck dogs. So braun, and then 2 S's for weißer Brustfleck. So she's brown, brown with a white chest patch. Next, it asks what her height at the shoulders is. This is only applicable if your dog has already completed a breed show. And since we're filling this out for a VJP, most of your dogs will have not yet been measured at a breed show, so leave it blank. Now it's asking for the name and the nearest town or place of the breeder. If you don't know that already, again, you can find it on page 1 of your ahnentafel, kind of near the bottom where it says Züchter. That means breeder. So Maisie's breeder is myself, and here's my address. So I don't need to write the whole address, but I will write my name as the breeder, and then you need to write the name of the town, the state, and USA. Next, it asks for the owner of the dog. So this is probably your name if this is a dog that you own. Since they give us 2 lines, let's go ahead and use them. And here we do need to write in the entire address. And you will be sure to include USA as well. Most of this paper, or all of this paperwork rather, is going to Germany, and most of the paperwork they receive for test is from Germans. So it's really important for us to write USA because we are in the minority as folks submitting paperwork from an outside country. And then next I will just add in my phone number. I'm going to copy this. I don't have to retype it every time. Next it asks who is the trainer of the dog. In this case I am the owner, handler, and trainer. So I'm going to write in my name as trainer. I need to put in my entire address again and my phone number again. And now it asks for who is handling the dog at the test. And again, it's going to be me, so I can put the same information in. I know it seems a little redundant, but you must fill out each line. There will be dogs where it's a different handler or trainer than the owner, and so that's why we need to designate, especially when you get to the more advanced test. A lot of times there will be somebody else handling a dog for someone. So please write in. It is not acceptable to simply type in same or same as above. You must write in the address every time. Finally, it asks for the email address of the dog's handler. And we're providing this so that the test director will be able to send us the testing program and any other updates about the test. So make sure you type in your email correctly. Next, it asks if you are a licensed hunter. You should all be marking yes. Only licensed hunters are allowed to run dogs in JGHV tests. Technically, the test director or the senior judge can ask to see your hunting license at the test to confirm that you are a licensed hunter. So you're going to write yes, and then it wants to know your hunting license number. Now this is any hunting license that you own. Doesn't matter if it's in your home state or the state where the test is being held. It can be just anywhere where you currently have a hunting license that you could show the judge if asked on test day. So I save electronic copies of all my hunting licenses, so I can go to my 2020 Nebraska hunting license, and it's looking for a number that the judge can confirm on test day. So I'm just going to take this permit number here and apply that. First, I will write NE to signify that my hunting license is for the state of Nebraska. And then you can type in either your hunting license permit number, your customer ID number. It's going to vary state to state, but pick out an individual number that only you have from your hunting license to put on your application here. Next, it's asking if your dog has previously been tested in any other tests, and if so, where was it, when was the date, what did they score. But again, for most VJP dogs, this is their first test, so most of you are going to write nothing and just leave that blank. If you did happen to run your dog in an HCP a year early or something, you might have a score to run there, but again, that's not going to be the norm. Next, it asks if your dog has previously been tested on the search behind the duck. So basically, has your dog run an HCP or a VGP before? And for almost all VJP dogs, the answer is going to be no. Then it asks if your dog has previously been tested on steadiness to shot, or if they've been marked as loud during a 20 or 40-hour blood track or other JGHV tests. Probably going to be no for everybody. Then it asks if your dog has been run through a breed show, and if so, what kind of rating did they receive? These are all young dogs again, so at this level you're probably not going to have an answer for that because your dog probably hasn't been through a breed show yet, so just leave it blank. This next series of boxes is asking if you're running a VGP or a VPS, how you would like the blood tracking work to be led. This will be inapplicable for you VJP dogs, so just leave it blank. Then it asks which JGHV club are you currently a member of. It asks this because a lot of test directors will ask that you are a member of the club that is sponsoring the test before they'll allow you in. Some of them are kind enough to just say if you're a member of any JGHV club, they'll let you in. So hopefully as Deutsch Langhaar owners, you're already a member of DLGNA. If you are also a member of VDDGNA or whoever the sponsoring club is, write that here. But if you're not a member of that club, then write DLGNA. And then our group number is 2415. I happen to be a member of VDD as well, but I'll go ahead and just write DLGNA here so that you have our club number in a separate spot as well. Finally, it asks for the full name of the person applying to enter this test. It's usually going to be the same person as the handler or the owner, but again, we're going to write everything down yet again to make sure that all information is completed 100%. And then what is the email address of the person entering the test? So I know it's redundant, please just fill it out again. Finally, it asks for the date that you're going to have to sign and date this. So today's date is February, and the place where I'm signing this, we're just going to do city, state, and country. And then finally, the signature, which you should sign with a pen. So now that the form is complete, I would save a copy just in case you need it, and then print off however many copies the test director is asking for, usually 3, and then sign each copy with a pen. If you have any questions, please email me at longhars@gmail.com. Thank you.